This is the first draft of the banned games from game consoles episode that I can just because it was getting too long. I wanted this episode to be a smaller one, so I decided that I was going to have less in the script that went more in detail, and that's why around 2 pages got cut. I think it'd be cool to make a rough cut using photos and sketches to show what it looked like. It ends abruptly because it's where I stopped writing the first half, and any lines that I kept in the final script are just going to be copy and pasted into this one. So here is the banned games from game consoles first draft. Hello? Yeah, this is God. Yeah, it's me. It's about your son's name. Yeah, I know. I use it a lot. Just one more time. Please. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bye. Hey fellas, Nick here, and Jesus Christ, am I tired of all these people trying to tell me that game consoles are made for video games. Well, but why is it called game consoles if it's not for games? Well, names can be deceiving, you know. Child murderers? They're all adults. This is why I've been trying to boycott words lately. Didn't pan out, now I'm banned from Georgia. Game consoles were never meant to play games since the very beginning. I mean, I bet you didn't know the W in Wii stands for watching Amazon Prime Video. That's because I have not found any evidence yet, besides this used napkin. So, ever since I had this eye-opening discovery, I think it'd be nice to take a look at all the things you can do on a game console that don't involve a game. Now, back in the Stone Ages, if you didn't plug anything into your console, this is what caused the video game crash. But then, come December 1991, and the Philips CDI released, most notable for being the first to have a proper sort of menu. On its own, the CDI is already a weird thing, but as a game console, the most popular model is the CDI 205. It's also known as the 910 in America and was the first Philips CDI model, even though numerous models in the 100 series already existed. And then they priced it at $800 US, which nowadays would be, what the shit? This is what I meant when I say this console is weird. I mean, they have like 30 designs for the controllers, and maybe 2 of them look like they were meant to be held by humans. I know. All the CDI fanboys are gonna hate me for this, but I don't care what either of them think. The CDI blows. It sold terribly, and it's not because it started the menu revolution. In fact, no game menus started becoming more prevalent during this generation, as the Saturn and PlayStation both feature something to do. Nintendo 64 had none of that though, because being different means I'm cool and nobody cares because I'm Nintendo. And then in the generations after, Nintendo became the biggest supplier of bullshit to play around with. This company went from having nothing to an infestation they were proud of. I mean, if I made an invasive species named the Photo Channel, I'd be proud too.
I bet you've heard from tons of people how the Wii is so cool and they're so nostalgic for it because it was so cool. I grew up with a PS3. That really shows, doesn't it? I don't care if Dad pops in Lego Batman. The moment I found out where he kept Call of Duty World at War, my childhood was over. Be honest, kids should know the meaning of MP40 before the meaning of areola. However, when you look at what the Wii has, man, this stuff is pretty cool. Each thing on the menu, whether it's an app or the bane of my existence, is considered its own channel to make it feel like you're tuning into real-life TVs. I don't think half of Nintendo's workers even knew that. Full disclaimer before we get into the channels, most of them require internet connectivity, so I have a hacked Wii. Could you tell? So I used Reconnect 24 and Wii Link to bring functionality back to the apps that turned into corpses when the Wii Online stopped official support. You got the photo channel where you can manipulate photos on your SD card. You see that? It's called art, Dad! The Me channel, you can create your own humans. Jesus Christ. Is this God? Yeah, I like to tell you that you've got some competition. When done with your Miis, you can even put them up over the internet for anyone to buy the people you made. I promise it's not human trafficking. But really, the Check Me Out channel is just so interesting. Seeing whatever crazy Miis people have made just shows how robust the Mii Maker was on the Wii. And come on, who doesn't want their own Peter Griffin? Now, you might be thinking, I'm not able to because I have a disorder, but you might be thinking, why can't I just steal someone else's Mii and reap the benefits? Well, Nintendo made it so you can't change the author name of Miis you download. Yeah, I made this bad boy all by myself. Show us the author. Get the f*** out of my house. There's the Nintendo channel, which has tons of videos about Nintendo stuff, and even let you download demos onto a DS. I don't have a DS on me. Can I substitute with an Execo Pocket 400? And once you run out of channels to f*** around in, you can go to the Wii Shop channel and get even more no games. The channel officially closed in 2019, and I know that because I got a purple heart for my help that day. But hopefully I can load at least some apps that are left. Oh, this water's expired. just like my interest for this console. If only there were less games and more not games. Now, I could talk about the Everybody Votes channel, but I'm not one for politics, so let's just move on to another console. The PS3, when it came out, it was pushed as a massive multimedia thing. I mean, you can't blame them. The PS2 had over 100 million units sold, and it wasn't because of Sega Superstars Tennis being available for purchase on it 7 years after the console debuted on the market. What? Instead, most people bought a PS2 because DVD players around this time were too Philips CDI for anyone to afford them. So the PS3 leans heavy into that. You got tons of ways to see videos and music, play CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, and browse the web.